Thanks, Roger. Well, that's disappointment straight away for Andy Knight. The NZV8s. Let's take a look at this fantastic track here at Manfeild. It's 3 kilometres, 3 fantastic straights, beautiful camber on the corners. This has got a real flow about it. And here's how they line up on that BP Ultimate grid for race 1 on the Fujitsu 200. And look at this, he's had 2 race wins, and here he is on pole. Craig Beard alongside him, Andrew Anderson of the ITM Commodore.
Row 2 sees the rain experts Johnny McIntyre and Angus Fogg.
Then it's back to the 2 Fords, Timmy Edgell and the Chesters, the Tiger Cat car of Paul Pedersen.
Row 4 sees the Holden stablemates of Andy Booth and Paul Manuel.
Kane Scott disappointed to be back there in that row alongside Michael Bristow.
Then we have Andrew Porter, next to him Dale Williams.
Then it's back to Luke Yulden, picked up a win at Timaru, Eddie Bell outside of him.
Following on, we have Nick Ross, another rain expert, Adam Brook.
Good to see the GT man, Dean Perkins, back, and of course, one of the Mr. Consistencies in the field, John Penny.
Another man that had a good result in Invercargill, Inky Tulloch, followed by Simon Richards.
And then it's the return of Dave Stewart from Wellington, Hepburn and McCarrison, bringing up the rear of the field as they line up in the NZV8s, the Fujitsu 200. Look at these conditions. We've had spray affecting all the races so far.
What on earth is going on the front here of Andrew Anderson and Craig Beard? They're up in handles, door handles, the race hasn't even started yet.
They're keen. Let's see what happens when those 5 red lights go out. We get the green and the B&Ts roar into action. 3 wide down into Toyota turn 1. B&O moves over.
Let's just hope they all get through here because it doesn't really work in the dry, let alone the rain.
Good, sensible start so far. On board with McIntyre on the JMR Racing Ford this weekend.
Yeah, everybody, they know it's wet, obviously they can see that for the feeling it, but they're just giving themselves enough room to get through this first lap and then probably start taking the race to each other.
Up towards the hairpin, fantastic cambered corner that Timmy Martin told you about with the Dunlop track tour on board. And looking back from Angus Fogg's car,
we have no idea how hard these cars are to drive. We've got 400 plus horsepower through a very good but very narrow tyre. It only takes the moment to lapse concentration. These things will go around on you.
Remember Higgins, 3 Toyotas went off there, so whoa, bit of wheel spin coming out of Higgins.
You'll see the change in track conditions here. You'll see the big rooster tails come up. You also see the circuit is very shiny. Go a bit further around the track, it's very dull, a different type of adhesion from the circuit.
You'll also see Johnny McIntyre on the move, up past Andrew Anderson.
Yes, we know Johnny McIntyre's got a lot of confidence in these cars in the rain. Craig Beard's still relatively new to these cars in the rain. Let's see if he closes the gap or Craig can pull away.
And of course, the championship leader, Kane Scott, back down the field, on board with Inky Tulloch.
He needs the pert 2-in-1, Clint, I told you.
Well, that needs more than that.
No, look, I've been in the situation here myself, and this is, from a driver's point of view, this is the worst case scenario.
That is scary.
It is. You're just relying on the guys in front hitting the brakes so you can actually see where they are.
Beard, he's out in front. McIntyre second. Anderson, Fogg, Pedersen, Edgell. Really challenging conditions this weekend. You'll see the championship leader, Kane Scott, back down the field. What must be going through his brain? Look at onboard Andrew Porter. At least he can see a little bit.
You can. It's interesting here. You see, looking from the front of Andrew's car, only one windscreen wiper. You look back at Andrew Anderson's car when you get the opportunity. You see both windscreen wipers going. Maximum visibility.
Problems there. Dale Williams.
We saw the TRS. V8 boys aren't immune through it. A little bit of too much rear braking. Off he went into the kitty litter.
Same spot again.
Yeah, it does catch the drivers out. It's such a fast corner.
Boothie, third in the championship. Can he hold on to it? He'll be worried about Beard being out in front on pole. Could be a turning point for...
Okay, Beard's clear. Johnny's a bit of a gap back, then a big jump back to Anderson, who's really on the front of that pack that you're running in the back of there.
What these guys have to be very, very cautious of is that move we saw Paul Pedersen trying to do on Angus Fogg. Okay, he's made it stick, but where he went down the inside on the front straight, really dangerous, eh? Really dangerous indeed.
Well, look at Fogg, he's out wide.
Wait for the freight train to come down the inside of him here. Yeah, there goes one.
And they really belt through that part of the circuit into the splash, and it is a splash today. Edgell moving up past Fogg. Booth, the Big Ben Commodore lurking, trying to get round the outside of the hairpin.
It's a long way around the outside. He just got to get a good drive. But it's interesting to look at Paul Manuel's car. They've got both the front windows out of that car. That's to help with the visibility that we saw Inky Tulloch suffering from.
On board with Kane Scott. Down the inside of Bristow towards the end of the Denny Holmes straight. Has the inside line.
Yeah, what he had to be careful of, and we saw it there, you'll see there was a slight resurfacing of the track. That's what we saw the TRS guys get caught out in. They come in, they hit the brake, but because one side's got
adhesion... Can't see down the front straight. Someone needs to talk to me about where the end of the wall is or where the braking mark is, because I just can't see it.
More problems for Kane Scott. This is a dramatic...
Al's heading down there again.
Wow, drama in the race.
It sounded to me, Clint, he's got the same problem that Inky's got, a bit of visibility. The team is going to go down and communicate to him over the radio, tell him when to start braking. My goodness.
Man, they had clutch problems in testing. They had a problem with qualifying. Basically, they're playing catch-up. And here they are in the race, trying to defend a 32-point lead, and it's just turning to custard.
Yeah, but they've got a contingency plan in place. Like, they can get someone down there on a radio, tell them when to do so. They are giving them the best opportunity to continue in this race.
Look at these cars slipping and sliding.
Look at the concentration on Angus.
Big spray as they race towards the infield around Manfeild, and the only guy who hasn't got any problems out in front at the moment is Craig Beard. So Boothie under pressure to hold on to third in the championship here. I was about to say before, when the drivers started talking back to their crews.
Yeah, the high line still seems to work pretty good there, but still working
just
good.
Like that real turning point right here, right now. Anderson sliding it out. So too searching for grip. Paul Pedersen.
It is, you know, every time they go into a corner, because it's getting a little bit dry, you know, they have to go and realise how hard can I brake here. The guy behind him saying, well, I'm going to wait till you count to two more and then go past you. So it's such treacherous conditions. Unless you're in one of these cars, you just cannot explain to them how difficult it is.
Crews talking back to each other. Problems there for the Chester's Falcon of Timmy Edgell. He's run wide. These cars are a real handful around here, mate.
Yeah, they are. The problem here is the cars never get a chance to recover. Although we have three straights, we have a lot of corners, but when you're in the straights, you normally tuck right in behind the car in front to try to get a draft or follow in to make the guy make a mistake. So the cars never get any real cold air over them. The brakes, the engines, the gearboxes, always running at maximum temperature. See the inside of Paul Pedersen's car there? Momentarily locked the wheel. Nature of the beast of the rain, unfortunately. Little love kiss on the way out.
You had a really good look at the rear of the ITM Commodore, the drag down the Denny Holmes straight.
What's going to happen now, though, is these two guys being aggressive with each other is going to allow that Angus Fogg to jump on the back of this battle in a couple of laps.
Sliding it in. Whoa, he's not going to wait for that. And there we go, the synchronised spin.
He's almost a 10 out of 10, wasn't it?
We've seen it before at Teretonga. They do it again at Manfeild. Both of them stuck on the grass. Both of them won't be happy.
No, Angus did come from a long way back there.
The rest of the field trying to get through safely. Well, Foggy. That was a foggy moment for him.
Yeah, Paul Pedersen looked like he was just trying to throw Andrew Anderson a bit of a dummy. Here we go. We'll get a better look.
Just comes sliding in down the inside and booyah. Around they go.
Yeah, so unfortunately that's just a nature of racing in the rain. You just don't have the chance to change direction in the cars as quick as you do in the dry.
This guy doesn't have to worry about changing direction. It's all out in front for car 27. Craig Beard, United Video, Ford Falcon. There's his lead back to McIntyre. So this is a chance for him to close up on Kane Scott of the championship.
There's interesting, Craig Beard actually looks like he's actually maintaining, if not pulling away from Johnny McIntyre.
Beardo pretty much on the same pace, 19 dead.
Been quite a few marriages in the Johnny McIntyre camp. He's got married to Lisa, and Perry has got married to Mel, so they're in wedding mode at the moment. This is the wetting mode out here in Manfeild.
Now you see from the footage here, you'll see the difference in the surfaces. Go back the corner before, you'll see half of it was shiny, the other half quite dull. That's the difference. One is like a billiard table, the other one is like sandpaper to drive on.
Aiming up for a Craig Beard out in front, further back down the field. Bell, Penny, the Hyundai car of Andrew Porter.
At the wall at Dunlop, Anderson.
Just alluding, it sounds like Andrew Anderson. Oh, there he is. Andrew Anderson has gone into the tyres.
So the race crew's warning the other drivers. He's into the wall. This could bring out the safety car if he doesn't get out of there.
Does the problem is in these conditions there's so much spray going on and reduced visibility, sometimes you can't actually see the yellow flag. You'll see the rear diff in the car working. That's a car trying to get traction, losing it.
Adam Brook always very good in the wet. Looking back from Andrew Porter, that's Brook. Look at the spray.
That's why you see the cars duck one way or the other. You don't normally see that in the drive too much, just to help get a little bit of clear visibility. But man, he's got some drive off these slow corners.
And that's the key around Manfeild, getting that drive out of the corners. Brook down the straight, gets past Porter, or does he?
Oh, well, let's just see. Maybe around the outside like we've seen some of the Formula Ford boys do. Yeah, he is.
The stuff legends are made of.
There you go.
And look at that, he's going to do it in a V8.
Keep in mind, there's possibly, unless they removed Andrew Anderson's car, a yellow flag around here somewhere. So either way, Andrew Porter probably had to back out of that.
And yes, the safety car is out on the circuit. So at least Adam Brook made that stick before the yellow flag came out. Let's take a look at that, the Hydrolink best under pressure moment. And you're on board with Adam Brook. Round the outside at Higgins.
It's very hard to appreciate what Adam is actually doing here. It is one sensational move. You can do it in a Formula Ford, but these are big, heavy cars. It's wet. You're fighting for traction at the best of times. First class manoeuvre, I must say.
Set now for the restart, NZV8s, Craig Beard. He's had this race all to himself so far. What happens now?
Go.
McIntyre, Booth.
See that front of the United video car just move sideways? I think he might have got a bit of wheel spin and lost traction. Yeah, not nice at all.
Down into Toyota, turn one, under pressure. That's what happens when the safety car comes out.
Oh,
the
it was run
whole
wide.
thing changes and Beardo!
Off he goes to 1-2. How many spots is he going to lose here?
Well, he's just going backwards. From first to third.
He is, and that, don't dare say it, maybe a little bit of inexperience. What happens to these cars during the safety car period in the rain, the tyres cool off so much that it can take 1 or 2 laps to get back to speed or get your confidence back in the car again.
Well, that's really just played into the hands of Johnny McIntyre.
And believe it or not, Andy Booth, they were battling for third in the championship. Now, Boothie's ahead of him again.
Exactly. Another turnaround in this race.
Mate, we need this place. You're in terms. We need to... Then, mate, you'll have all you want.
Kane Scott, under pressure, trying to talk back.
Beard again off.
Beardo, more problems. Well, that'll play into the hands of this man, Kane Scott.
I'm not too sure what Kane's communicating with his team about not having a visibility, because we could see as clear as day from the front of it.
Perhaps he's got problems with that demister inside the car.
Possibly. Now let's see how much real speed Craig Beard has. We know he was quick when he was leading the race.
That's Beard behind you again now. I know.
So that's the team talking back to Kane Scott, basically telling him what's going on the track. So he has got problems. Look at that. Beardo around the outside, taps manual.
Yeah, just nothing in it. That was actually quite a good move around the outside, but mind you, we saw Adam Brook do the same thing on another quarter to Andrew Porter.
Big battle here for 4th, 5th, 6th place. Bristow back down the field as well, right behind Scott. Well, can you believe it? Craig Beard looked like he had this race all sewn up, but suddenly he's back in 4th place and under pressure from Kane Scott.
He has, but you see he was looking in 8th or 9th position. Adam Brook started 17th, already in the top 10. We know he's quick in the rain. Look at Beard, God, come from nowhere.
He just didn't even use his brakes.
No.
Oh, the super slide. He's been all over the place since the restart, but man, he's obviously angry with himself and he's picked up the pace again. Back on board, Brook. Just outside that top 5 battle at the moment. Ducking down the inside.
Great move down the inside.
Gee, he has got some speed when it's wet out there.
He has speed, but also a lot of confidence to go with it.
Last lap. This is Michael Bristow looking back at Brook making a bit of a late charge. Eddie Bell.
God, you can hear them do the heel-toe sequence, and essentially what they do is they put your foot on the brake, but they also blip the accelerator at the same time to get the engine speed up when they're changing down. When you get that wrong, you see the rear wheels lock up, possibly split the drivers out the back.
So there's McIntyre out in front. Booth will hold on to third place in the championship because he's regained that spot in front of Beard. But Beard's coming back.
But will Beard pull the same move off on Andy Booth as he did Paul Manuel the lap before?
Let's find out. Last chance to dance.
But look, we know Paul Manuel and Andy Booth can talk to each other when they're going around. Maybe Manuel might have communicated to him.
He's going for that slingshot down the inside.
He's
but
blocked him.
Boothie, yeah.
Good cover, Andy.
The Big Ben boy just shuts the door.
Look at them getting sideways. Maximum amount of power they can apply in these conditions.
Well, at least Kane Scott's on target for a top 5 finish, so he will lose a bit of his lead in the championship, but he's certainly gone into damage control.
Could have been a lot worse from the communication we had when he said he couldn't see out the front of the car.
So, whoa, McIntyre!
You know why he done that, Clint? Simply because he can.
It's the slide celebration. Gets his 3rd win of the series. Booth hangs on to 2nd. Beardo comes home 3rd. What a week it's been. What a month it's been for the Johnny McIntyre racing team. First race as a married man, and he nails the victory. So the honeymoon's not over yet for McIntyre. Gets the win. Booth 2nd, Beard 3rd, Adam Brook top finish in 6th, just behind Kane Scott. Now leading by 6 points in the championship though. And a good drive too by Eddie Bell coming home in 8th after starting in 15th place.